Good morning, everybody. This is Atypical Christian, and I am talking today about, once again, something the Amazing Atheist said. I respond to him a lot, don't know why. Guess I'm bored. But he had an It Gets Better video where he was basically being more honest and straightforward and saying it really doesn't get better. And while this does appeal to the cynic in me that yes, things really don't get better, they get worse. But I'm going to talk about that for a minute, because while I do definitely agree with the sentiment, I think he's missing a big point of the campaign. I don't think the point of the campaign is to try and make people think that all their problems are just going to go away and that you can just sit back, relax, and everything will be fine. I think it's more akin to sentiment I've really picked up, I guess, in church when we have gospel songs like things like the Lord won't put more on you than you can bear, or things like your troubles won't last always, or this storm will pass. Basically, whatever you're going through now, it's not going to last forever. I think that's more the sentiment as opposed to, oh, life just gets better and you sit back and do nothing. But I think it's more the problems you're having right now, they're not going to be the problems you have 10 years from now or even 5 years from now. I think that's more the point of the It Gets Better campaign. And the best It Gets Better I've seen has been Stephen Colbert's It Gets Better. Because he told a story about this kid who was picked on like him, and one of the jocks called him queer, and the kid turned around and said, "Yes, I am queer. Kiss me." And it was basically he was standing up to the bully, and the bully was in such shock. He was like, "Well, I don't really know what to say about that." And I like that one because it's basically it basically well, like the point the Amazing Atheist has, I think, is that you shouldn't be complacent and sit back and think, "Oh, things will get better. I don't have to do anything. I just hope things will get better. I know they will," and just listen to these nice words. But the one Colbert talked about was someone actually taking charge of their own life and saying, "I'm tired of these people picking on me. I'm going to do something about it." And it's sort of taking that jump. You don't know whether what you're going to do will work, but you gotta sort of take charge and take things into your own hands and try to make things get better. It's like Ben Franklin said, the Lord helps those who help themselves. And you have to find that balance of nurturing and not letting people sit back and become too dependent on other people to fix their problems. And so that's why I like Colbert's It Gets Better campaign. And so what I want to say is that it really isn't the It Gets Better campaign. It's what you're going through now isn't going to last forever. But that doesn't have as nice of a ring as It Gets Better. So it gets better, sort of. It gets better in the sense that people aren't going to be shoving you in lockers all your life. But the sort of is people will mess up your life in other ways, in bigger ways. It almost makes me think of, this may be a bit offensive, but thinking about the first world problems like meme that's going on, it's like, while I wouldn't compare bullying as I wouldn't put bullying in the first world problem category, but it's like people, oh, I get bullied at school all the time. Well, it's like there's some people who they don't really have to worry about being bullied because they have other things to worry about, like they have a terminal illness that's been with them since they've been born. And so there's a sense where you can't be so self-centered and think that your problems are the end-all be-all, and that, oh, I can't make it through the next day because they're going to pick on me or they're going to call me queer again or something like that, because there are people who are struggling to keep their house. Like here in America, there are people who are homeless here in America. It's that there are people that would wish they could have those kind of problems about going to school and having problems at school, because that's a jump up from being able to have problems at school as opposed to not having an education at all. So I guess my final note is that it does get better, and it can be a lot worse. That's what I would say with it gets better, sort of. Problems you have now don't last forever. You'll have other problems in the future. They may be similar, they may be different. But always remember that it could be a lot worse, and you should be thankful for what you have, because if you're living here in America, chances are you're probably pretty blessed. And so you can't take those things for granted. And not to say you shouldn't feel bad when problems happen, like, I'm not saying that, but count your blessings. That's really all I guess I have to say. And that might be, I don't know, offensive coming from a straight male. It's like, oh, you're straight and male, so you have a penis and like women, so you don't understand the suffering of homosexuals, the suffering of women. It's like, I don't, but I do know things can be worse, and I do know that whatever you're going through now, it's not going to last forever. So, it gets better, sort of. But peace and much love to you.